Hey guys, so I made a video talking about Harry Potter and how I finished the book series, and I said you guys could comment or write questions and I would, I don't know, answer them or whatever in a video. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to have like a disclaimer here. Not really a disclaimer, but I think that you guys are a little, like, misunderstood, like, what, I don't know, my Harry Potter history. I wasn't, like, I'm not all of a sudden a fan of Harry Potter. I've been, in love with the Harry Potter everything for, like, since it came out. Like, this is not new to me. I've just finally finished the books, but I don't feel any different towards the series, and it doesn't, like, change anything. I don't know. I need to, like, get across that I'm not, like, a new Harry Potter fan. I've been, like, a huge Harry Potter fan for most of my life, I guess. So, yeah, I'm not new to this. So, Just Me Hannah 1113 wants to know which book was my favorite. I really, a lot of people say that the third one was their favorite, and I don't really get that because, like, there wasn't enough, before the end where, everything happened, but, like, the build-up wasn't very good. I don't know, I feel like it was sort of like, I don't know, the third one was not my favorite, but the fifth one, I really liked the fifth one because I know it's, like, the longest one, and apparently, like, it took her, like, the longest to write or whatever, but I think I like the fifth one, not the best, but, like, one of the best, because the fifth one was the first book that I was reading where I actually, like, was freaking out reading it at the end when they were trying to find the prophecy, which they didn't know at the time was the prophecy, but yeah. And Neville, like, they were all there with him and in the Ministry of Magic. Like, it was just so exciting, and I really loved that one. And the sixth one and the seventh one. So those three were the best in my opinion. The seventh one is, like, crazy, packed with, like, a million details. Crazy. So yeah, those three are my favorites. And also with the books, the fifth, like, I thought the third movie was not good at all. Like, I really, like, I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was just filmed not very well, and they left out so much and they changed a lot. The fifth movie, not my favorite because now the sixth movie and the seventh movie, part one, are out, but the fifth movie was, like, where the movies started to get really good in my opinion. The beginning of the fifth movie in itself is, like, incredible. So, Shadow123 Carolyn wrote, I hated the part when Snape died. I didn't, because when I was reading it, I didn't know that Snape was good. Like, I thought he was bad at that point. Like, when he dies, you don't know that he, all that stuff, that he and Dumbledore agreed to him killing him and, like, all this stuff. So, I thought he was a traitor, and, like, I hated Snape. So, I liked when he died. But now, now knowing what I know, not so good. Wolverine Badass wants to know, what did you think about in the seventh book when it was assumed that Harry would have to go into the Forbidden Forest and basically die? I will admit I cried at that part, and I'm a male. LOL. I can't even explain how much, like, shock I was in. I couldn't believe it. I cried. I totally cried. I had to, like, put down the book. I was crying. Like, it was bad. And I knew because it's been all this time and nobody told me anything about, like, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I just couldn't believe that he was going to have to die. I couldn't believe it. Like, you don't even know. 93 SSH wants to know, did you cry at the Forest Again chapter in book 7? That's when Harry goes into the Forbidden Forest towards the end of the book. That's the chapter I cried the hardest at in the whole series. I guess that's where he goes to die. If that's that, then yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. I felt so bad for him. So bad for him. Play Now, and she wrote that she didn't like how in the movie they didn't add the part in Luna's room where she has Harry, Ron, and Hermione faces. Wasn't it also Ginny and Neville? I don't remember. Painted on the wall. That would have been really nice to see. Yeah, that would have been. Question, favorite characters. Okay. Two of my, like, I obviously love the three of them and Dumbledore, like everybody else does. Like, they're my favorite characters. Everybody is my favorite character, but I don't know. It's hard to answer because I really love Draco's character, Draco Malfoy, and Neville. Like, those two, I guess, are the ones that aren't, you know, they're not main characters like the three of them are, but Draco's not evil. Like, he's only in his position because his family is not good, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to kill anybody, but he doesn't really, like, he has a choice, but it's a difficult choice that he has to make because he's picking between his family and his dad and, like, doing the right thing. And, like, it's, I don't know, he's in such a hard position in the books, and I feel like he really does, even though he's, like, a total asshole to, like, everybody, that's a situation where I would say, you know, it's the parents' fault because they raised, you know, a little asshole kid at Hogwarts. I think his character is, like, the most complicated, I guess, and that's why I really like it, because it's not just that he's good or bad. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are good, you know, Bellatrix and everybody, they're bad, and Draco's, like, he has the potential to be bad, like his family, but he knows, like, that he doesn't want to be, so he's, like, on the line, leaning towards good. Sometimes leaning towards bad, but, like, towards the end, he definitely, you know, is on the good side. Not on the good side, but, you know, they're cowards. The Malfoys are cowards, and they're just, you know, the parents are, like, despicable people. Like, they're just bad people. But Draco doesn't want to be, but he can't really help it. So I like Draco a lot. And Neville Longbottom I love because he, again, has, like, so much to his character, and, like, his parents and everything. I remember at the end of the 5th book when Bellatrix says that to Neville, I was so, like, angry for him, and, like, it was so bad. So Neville and Draco are definitely, like, two characters that I really, really love. I also really like Mrs. Weasley, too. Angie, 1011, wants to know, what did I think? Oh, she thinks it's the perfect ending. What did I think about the ending? I thought the ending was perfect, also. And it was so just crazy. The 7th book is freaking crazy. I love it. Kmart43210 says, wow, kind of surprised you made it this long without someone spoiling it for you. I know. I can't believe I made it this long either. I don't know how it's possible. I remember one time I was in Eric's Blog TV a few years ago, and somebody, like, spammed it saying, Snape kills Dumbledore. And I didn't know that, so I was like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Thanks a lot, asshole. Fortunately, by the time the movie came out and I was seeing the movie, I had forgotten that that troll posted that in the Blog TV. So, and that's why I never wanted to talk about it in any of my Blog TVs, because I knew you guys would spoil it without knowing that you were spoiling it for me, but yeah. Pima Dude wants, or says, you could probably do an entire blog on Snape, LOL. Question, did you think he was a good guy in the end after everything? Did you like him? Dislike. Thoughts. Haha, LOL. Yeah, he was a good guy in the end. That's not like, I mean, is that up to interpretation? He was good, right? Because you thought he was bad, but then you found out he was actually good the whole time. So, he was good. But I still don't like him. Like, I don't like Snape. I still don't like him. Because all the stuff he did when they were at Hogwarts, like treating them so badly and stuff, and, like, taking points away from Gryffindor and adding them to Slytherin and stuff, like, he's not, like, a nice guy. I feel bad for Snape more than anything. Like, I feel really bad for him because the whole thing with Harry's mom, Lily, it's like, dude, never had a chance. And also, like, he just had nothing going for him, and, like, he was slimy and mean, so, and he just, like, I feel like if he tried to be nice, he could have been, like, a really good guy. Like, I don't know, pisses me off. Snape. I don't like Snape, but I think he is a good, like, he is a good guy, but I don't like him. What Kayla says, now you'll be brought into the whole Twilight Harry Potter debate. Personally, for me, it's not a contest, but what do you think? The two don't have anything to do with each other. Smiley Babe 98 wrote, what part made you cry the most in the 7th book and the entire series? I don't remember if I cried at any other book other than the 7th book. I don't really remember. Did I cry when Dumbledore died? I don't think I did, because Dumbledore dying and Dobby dying and Hedwig dying, I saw in the movies before I read the book. So I wasn't as affected in the books because I knew it was coming. Like, I knew it was going to be there. And so maybe if I was reading that for the first time, I would have cried. But, like, all the stuff after that's not in any of the movies, I did cry at. So I guess that's it, that I knew that it was going to happen. Because I didn't know the stuff, like, after the part 2, or part 1, actually. I didn't know any of that was going to happen, so maybe that has to do with it. Also, another reason why I wasn't, like, I mean, I was really sad when Dumbledore died, but I wasn't, like, there was a part of me that thought that he wasn't really dead. Even when I saw the 6th movie, I didn't think, like, I didn't know what happened, so I was just, like, guessing, but I didn't think that he was actually dead. Like, I thought he was going to come back or something, and he kind of did in the 7th one, so yeah. I mean, I feel like he never really left, and I don't know, that's why it wasn't as sad for me, because he never really, I just didn't think he would, like, be gone forever. Dobby was really sad, but it was sadder. I thought that Dobby dying might have, or actually, yes, it was sadder in the movie because, for me, because the way they had, like, Dobby's last words be like, I don't remember exactly, but it was like, Dobby is always there for Harry Potter, and then he dies, and I'm like, that's so sad. But in the books, he was just like, I don't remember, I think his last words in the book were like, Harry Potter, and then he died. I don't know, I thought the movie was sadder. And when Hedwig died, you know, I knew it was coming, so I wasn't like, I didn't cry. DMSLIL Angel 103. Okay, so you said when you were a mess when you finished reading the 7th book. Do you think you'll cry once you see the last Harry Potter movie? Yes, and I'm gonna cry for, like, many reasons. One being it's the last Harry Potter movie ever, which I cannot cope with. I've been to the midnight book releases and, like, party things and stuff, like, when I was really young, and it's so sad. I don't want it to be over. I love Harry Potter. Everything about it, the series, like, everything. The story. I love the Harry Potter story so much, so I'm really depressed. I'm going to be really depressed that it's over. Right now it hasn't hit me yet, but when I see the last movie, it will. But yeah, I'm sure, like the rest of you, like, I grew up with Harry Potter. Like, it's my childhood and my present as well. Like, I remember when I was younger, I said, like, me and my brother were, like, you know, really young when they first started coming out. We were like, I wonder if we're going to still like Harry Potter when we're, you know, in college. And that's, like, now. And I love it the same. John with an H wrote, since you watched the movies before reading the books, was your brain kind of, like, forced to envision the books in the style of the films you were reading it? That happened to me. I didn't fully picture the actors as the characters. Like, I still had characters in my head, because the books, when I was reading them, they were kind of separate from all the movies I've seen. Like, I was just reading a series of books. I wasn't, you know, necessarily, like, putting the actors' faces to the people. So I do have, like, individual, like, what the characters look like in my head that is a little bit different than, like, in the movies. So I really didn't have a problem with that. I know that's, like, weird, and some people can't put, like, a difference between the movie actors and the book characters if they read it out of order, but I didn't have a problem with that. Twilight Saga 1226. Who is your favorite character that died? Rest in peace, Dobby. My favorite character that died. I don't really know. I mean, are you asking me, like, out of all the characters that died, who I liked the best, or who I was saddest? Because I was like, I'm saddest about George dying, George Weasley, over, like, any of the characters that died in the whole series, because George and Fred, like, they were so young and they were going to have the joke shop and stuff, and I just, like, I really am the most upset about George dying. But yeah, like, they're all sad, but I guess if I could pick one character to like, come back to life, it would be George. Caesar Badistinum wrote, I think the end sucked. I like Twilight's end better because it leaves the end up to you, and I liked it very much. I disagree 100% with everything you wrote. Butterfly Hearts 27, like, how did J.K. Rowling make them so interesting and complicated? Yeah, like, I think J.K. Rowling is insanely brilliant. Like, I don't understand how she made all of that. She created another world. Like, the details that she has are insane. Sako steals hearts. They wrote, did you already know that Snape killed Dumbledore by the time you read it? Yes, I did, because somebody ruined it in Block TV. And that Sirius dies. I didn't know that Sirius died. I found that out when I was watching the movie, yeah. But yeah, maybe the second book, the series is amazing. They become almost political. They're very political. So there's my little Harry Potter chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and that's it. Bye.